Hi everyone, welcome to Good Bad Ellie. I'm Chris King.
I'm Alexander Void.
Today we're having a game rundown. We have a few topics we wanted to go over. Make sure you guys let us know your opinions as soon as you hear them. Let us know on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram.
Alright, so let us begin. So first, we got the Dying Light launch. It's finally here. It's finally in our hands. So, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, you guys can't see the screen right now, but we're already just getting ready to live stream Dying Light. This video is being recorded on Thursday, so yeah, we're having this live stream today. If you guys are watching this later on, but I so far I've only played about an hour and a half of it. It was a very cluttered kind of intro to the game. You get thrown into the world. You know,
Cool.
It's really weird. Like you're just kind of running, and suddenly men attack you, and
I like
you know,
it.
it's kind of weird. It's kind of like being thrown 20 minutes into a zombie movie. That's kind of what it was like. It was really cool because it was very fast paced. Because then suddenly it's like you have to learn parkour and then all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, there's no foundation for the world. Like I'm wondering, where did this infection start? What is going on? So actually, you know, like 20 minutes in the game, you meet this doctor who's working on. I'm not gonna go the whole thing right now, but he's working on trying to find a cure.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me was a hook. I was like, I want to find out what this character. If he does find out the cure, like that's what I'm interested most in right now, is that kind of story element, which is surprising because I didn't expect this game to have any story pretty much whatsoever.
Cool.
So if that pans out the right way, then it should be an interesting game. But if not, that will hold it back quite a bit. As far as the gameplay goes, again, it's also you're just kind of thrown into it. There's hardly a tutorial at all. So I'm just kind of going off of my own skills from like Far Cry and Assassin's Creed. Like what I know from those two games, that's just what I'm utilizing right there. So it's interesting. If this was a second game in the series, I would have loved that. You know, the fact that you're just thrown into it. But because this is just the first game, I kind of would have liked just a little bit more like structure. Because again, like the zombies are hard, the world is kind of confusing, the camera is throwing me off a little bit. But I'm only an hour and a half in the game. I'm sure that when you progress further along the story, it probably will all make sense.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is actually my first live stream. This is supposed to be my game, but Chris is impatient and wants to play. I'm actually quite excited for it. I'm excited. I have a thing for parkour. I think that's good to throw into the game, especially just, you know, you're finally not just a regular person just thrown into the world. There's a person that wants to be a ninja, apparently. Yeah. Well, just because he knows parkour. You know, it's like, lucky. You know, lucky I have this set of skills. So I think that's fun. It'll make things easier. So because he knows parkour, I am expecting to have a lot of zombies, like a lot of hordes of zombies, because if you have to have this skill to actually run away, so there's going to be a lot of things to climb. So I'm excited for this. Actually, it's, like I said, my first live stream, so you'll hear my dumb commentary, because I will be obnoxious. Okay, so there we go. Then Borderlands. Okay, so we got some information on Borderlands right now. Developers claim Borderlands 1 isn't in the collection due to lack of resources, whatever that means. Gearbox CEO is asking for help from the developers to begin working on Borderlands 3. So what are your thoughts? What does this mean to you?
It was very weird. Negative. Very negative.
It is.
And this is weird because, like our last rundown, we talked about how awesome that Handsome Collection trailer was.
Yeah.
It was very, very cool. Very action-packed. It was like almost like a movie trailer. It was really, really cool in a good way. But this was very different. This was at a panel at PAX South. And they had a panel there, Gearbox, those are the developers, and the main like director, I guess, of the series was asked, you know, why isn't Borderlands in the collection?
Yes.
And he said, well, because, you know, as you said, lack of resources. Excuses.
Yeah.
You know,
what does that mean? What does lack of resources mean?
We don't. Does it mean you guys, you know, lost team members at the last minute? Does it mean you guys lost funding?
Yes.
You guys, you know, ran out of your budget? It's excuses. I mean, everyone has a budget to work with. And obviously, you don't have to, if you're a gamer, you don't have to think that hard to notice that this has Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel. The pre-sequel just came out like in 2013. Technically speaking, that is the most expensive game to put into this collection, maybe besides Borderlands 2. Borderlands 1 surely is not more expensive than Borderlands pre-sequel to develop because that was the first game in the series.
Yes.
It would have been much cheaper to put that one in. But what I'm guessing is that pre-sequel didn't make the money that they wanted to, and they're hoping that they will kind of slide this under your bed so you won't, you know, you'll end up compensating them without even noticing that it was there.
Yeah.
You know, so excuses. That's just kind of what I'm hearing.
Yeah, it's just really weird because what I was talking, when we talked about behind the scenes, was don't start a company if you cannot afford it. Okay, so this one, it has to be something big. Either like computers got set on fire, they probably had too much fun with the robot and just started knocking everything down.
Yeah.
Or I don't know what happened. It's just bad market. Well, not bad marketing. It's bad. Just bad choices. Obviously, has been made in the developers. You know, they did something. Or what you said. It's probably people left, people got fired, or whatever happened. But it's sad that they're not prepared for this. You know, and they could have just gone off with not saying anything. This kind of seems desperate that they're actually saying something because look at Kingdom Hearts. It's been in development for like 100 years already. Final Fantasy 15, but I guess they have other games coming out between those.
Right.
But it's weird that they're just like openly saying it's like, hey guys, we don't have resources, whatever that means. You guys, I don't know, come help us, throw money at us. I really don't know what they're asking for. Well, anyways, the next set of news is Square Enix teases Project Code Z for January 31st, 2015. What is Project Code Z? What do you think it is? What can it be?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've been racking my head. I didn't know where it was released. I think it was released like in a Japanese Twitter account or something along those lines. But I saw the image immediately, and it just says it's black background, Project Code, and there's a Z, and the Z has a very kind of anime manga kind of a format to it. Yeah. It looks like a Dragon Ball Z to me, but Dragon Ball games are all developed by Bandai. Namco Bandai. Yes. So it can't be a Dragon Ball game. But Dragon Quest also has some of the same artists from Dragon Ball, and also like so did Chrono Trigger and stuff. Yes. The same kind of artists from Dragon Ball, and they all use kind of a similar kind of format. So my initial thought is it's gonna be an old school JRPG, like one of the old school JRPGs that we saw on PlayStation, like Chrono Trigger, like Wild Arms,
Miss Wild Arms.
There was this one PlayStation game I used to play all the time on your PlayStation. That it was like there's rings.
Yes.
And whenever you put the ring on, it's like your team kind of turn blue. Yes. And when you put the other one, they turn red. One of my favorite JRPGs. I can't remember. Someone, if you know what I'm talking about, put that title in the below. But one of those old school PlayStation JRPGs that were really good. Like if you notice, up until the PlayStation 2, that era of even Xbox and stuff, Japanese developers were on top. And now the industry has shifted, where now Western developers are on top. And I miss a lot of those old school JRPGs that were really, really good. So I don't know what it could be, but I'm assuming it's one of those. There's like an environment inside that Z. So it just looks like it's going to be something along those lines.
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen the image yet, inside the Z, it looks like a jungle. Yeah. So I don't know if there's a new franchise they're trying to build. I don't know if it's new IP. Or this is something that we've seen before, but they're like making something new. Right. We also don't know if the name is Project Code Z or they're just calling it that. That's obviously the Project Code.
And we're going to hear about it on the 31st.
Yes, so it's coming up. It's soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so next off we have two Lego games, Avengers and Jurassic World. Okay, so you're a big lover of the Lego game. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not really much I could say about it.
Are you tired of the Lego games already?
Yeah, I'm just tired. Well, actually, I've been tired for a very long time, but it's actually, it's actually 3 Lego games. My mistake. But it is 3. The third one is Ninjago. Oh, yes. So it's 3. But the problem here is that, I played through Lego Batman 3, and I actually recorded the entire footage of the entire game, start to finish, and it was a really long game. But I didn't upload it because it was so bad. Like I couldn't say anything because I spent like the first few hours bagging on the game because it was not good. It was I played Lego Marvel in anticipation for this game, and Lego Marvel was so good. And it's weird because I haven't played Lego games since the first Lego Star Wars came out on Wii.
There's a lot of characters in Lego. What's it, Marvel one?
Yeah, there's a ton. Exactly.
A lot of characters.
There's a lot of characters, and almost like every single one has a different set of abilities. Yeah. This game, Lego Batman was like different costumes for the same 10 characters, and every single one had the same abilities. And it was outrageous. It was really, really bad. Not to mention the story and gameplay, graphics, everything was a massive. It was like 3 steps back from what I thought Lego Marvel was actually good, and actually I'd recommend it to any Lego fan, Marvel fan, game fan. It was good. So now we're hearing that Avengers is coming out and Jurassic World. Well, the problem with these two is that these are set on the movies.
Yeah.
So Lego Avengers is going to follow Avengers 1 and Age of Ultron.
Yes.
And Jurassic World is going to cover 1, 2, 3, and World. Those games weren't really, popular with me. The reason why I like Lego Marvel so much was because it was different. It was its own story, and it was an open world. I don't know. So I'm not excited for it. I'm definitely probably not going to play through them. But if you're into those Lego games, I think for kids, for instance, I've always when I used to work at a retail store, I'd always recommend that to parents who wanted to play with their kids. This thing is good for that.
Okay, so last bit of news is, what was it? It was Star Wars Battlefront. We got a concept art. So if you guys, you should look it up. Just Google it. It was a nice piece of art. So what are your thoughts on that?
The art was cool. It was really high res.
Yes, it looked very nice.
That was like very like a professional artist did that concept art. Other than that, it looked very much in the vein of what you'd expect from a Battlefront. I agree with you what you said earlier, which is just that it's cool that they're giving us something.
Yeah. It's like we don't have anything for it yet. Everybody's waiting for this. So when is it even released?
There's not even a date out, but we reported a little while back that we have news that, at least reports, because it's very, very under, but they're trying to have EA is trying to have a first person shooter in every year.
Yeah.
Which also reminds me that Battlefront's gonna be first person. I'm so sick of that. I really don't want to do that. But so 15 we have Hardline. I think 16 we're gonna have Battlefront.
Okay.
Because I think they want it with the movies coming out already, and
sense.
The sooner you get that out, the much more money you can make, and the faster you can get back on Battlefront 2.
Yeah, and Battlefront was fun.
Well, actually, Battlefront like 4 now, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, so that's all the news we have today.
Yeah, so that's everything, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Just, again, let us know your opinions and everything you're excited for coming up in this year and all the news that we talked about today. So just make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and subscribe to us on YouTube, as well as Twitch. We're going to have a Dying Light live stream today or whenever you see this video, but we'll have many more coming up soon.